Alright, this video is for Trademan again. Simple tutorial how I draw faces. He just wants me to draw Zombie Tramps face. That's cool, easy. Simple. I usually always draw the 3/4 angle. I don't know why. It just looks nicer than a front view. Head shapes, upside down egg, and then I always kind of divide it. When I was younger, I used to divide everything, perfectly, like the How to Draw book said, for guidelines. And I still do it, but my guidelines are kind of off because I just kind of freestyle it. But yeah, this line represents the middle of the head of where I'm going with it. It's going to be a 3/4 view again. And then instead of dividing it right down the middle on this side, I actually divide it into 3s. And this whole middle section is going to be like the eyes and the eyebrows. So I just go in with circles. And then the eye on this side of the face, since it's a 3/4 view, you should draw it smaller than this eye. It's just, perspective. So right across this line that I made, I'm going to do the eyebrows. And then, let's see, the eyebrows, and I always make this eyebrow connect to the line that's going to start the nose. And I just bring it down to about like that. Before I draw the nose, I kind of just make a circle down here and see how that looks. If I don't like if that doesn't look like that's where the nose should go, I'll make a circle somewhere else until it just, I don't know, just kind of looks right to me. So my noses aren't anything. It's just 2 lines. That's it. Just a little angle, and then I'll draw a little nostril. The side of the face, I'm coming down here a little bit to like about the end of the eye that I made, and you want to pop out a cheek away from that egg shape that I made previously. And then I'm going to curve it down back to that egg shape I made previously to make a chin. And then that's just, I'll probably erase it. That's just my guideline. I'm going to go back in and finish these eyes now. Zombie Tramp just has circles for eyes. It's easy to do, and it gives her that blank stare that she has. That soulless stare, even though she has a soul. But you gotta keep her looking zombie. The only thing I do different from making the circle is I put a little tear duct, not at the very bottom, but pretty much at the bottom. How does that look? Okay, and then I always attach, when I do this angle, I always attach the nose line to the lip. So I do that divot right between the nose and the lip. I always bring that out now. I didn't used to do that. I just started doing it one day, and I just like how it looked. For her mouth, everything I do is circles, so the mouth is kind of like a circle in here. But I always just follow that divot for the top lip and bring it down a little. Bring it down a little bit here, and I guess it's a heart shape if the heart is sideways, like that. So I kind of bring it down, and then I pop this lip past that line I made that went back to the chin. And bring it in. And then the inside of the mouth, when their mouth is, I always make their mouth slightly open. It's what is it? It's a letter lowercase d. Just make a straight line and then curve it in, lowercase d. You see that? So there it is, a lowercase d. Or if you turn it this way, it's the letter P. I don't know. Now I'm going to come in and finish that chin. I still have a light line right here across that lip of where the chin goes. You could deviate from it a little bit. I'm just going to pop it out slightly more than it is. And then for the this line right here is going to go to her jaw, which would be the end of this egg shape that I made earlier. But I, instead of just going straight and then making the jaw here, I kind of, after I make the chin, I kind of always squeeze, like dent it in slightly and then come out. So it's just a slight arc right here, so it's kind of like a jawbone, and it slightly goes in and comes back out for the chin, and it just makes it a little nicer looking. It's not so hard edged, just a little softer. My ears are nothing. Even like a Zombie Tramp, you don't see her ears. Even though that is like that, I always draw ears and I always draw scalp lines. So here's the shape of the ear lightly, and then I kind of make an imaginary sideburn and just trace like how my scalp goes. And then when I know that, you can see, I can just see the forehead and see like, does that look like the amount of forehead is good, or is it too much forehead or not enough forehead before I make hair. So then after I get that in, I do the widow's peak, and then I'll finish off this forehead real quick. Alright, so then after that, I'll go in and make, just make a neck. I usually make the neck right on the line of that jawline, and then I bring this in like that, and then this is the shadow for that. Alright, and now it's time to make her hair. Zombie Tramp's hair starts from the corner of this part of her scalp. So I just bring it in. She always has the one lock. And then also when you draw the head shape, I made that egg shape. Don't forget, like if you're doing different hairstyles, that a head isn't like that. You gotta go in and make the back of the cranium, especially if you're doing short hair. So remember that, or else the head's gonna look weird. So I just do it without drawing it, but so sorry I forgot this. And then her hair comes in here, and it usually goes along the side to her neck. Then same thing for this, and this comes down, and then she has a little curl that goes there, and then around here, that's where I'm going to put the other side of her hair. From the neckline, I come in like that, and I make a collarbone. And people always say my collarbones are too bony, but whatever. That's how I draw. And then this is the shoulder, and then I got the other shoulder here, and then I always make like this little triangle and shade it in black and bring that's the other collarbone. Zombie Tramp's facial features, her trademark gash is right below her cheek on her left eye, and I just draw a heart. It's just a heart shape. It's not perfectly done, and then there's always 2 gashes and 3 gashes, and that's her little trademark gash. And then she always has one up here. Right now in the comic book, it's like a zigzag scar across the top because she has this big chunk of blonde hair. So that's kind of like where the chunk of blonde hair got fused into her head. So then, I always think about where it's curving, like in 3D, like it goes up here, and when this is like the peak of the head before it starts curving to the top of the head. So that's where you're gonna put your shine. So just kind of like think about that, and then I just make zigzags. It doesn't matter as long as you follow that guideline that you did lightly. Alright, so that's that. And let me shade it in real quick. Alright, that is that. I always put a couple of lines here, little lines like that across her cheek. It's just some anime thing that I can't stop doing. And there she is. Zombie Tramps head shot. She is done.